Hello, World Wide Web. Today we're going to be exploring why anger is important. Anger is an emotion that has a lot of charge to it. If we think about feelings as sensations and energy in the body, anger might be the most powerful of them all. And for many of us, anger is really challenging when it does arise. So we may either find ourselves expressing too much of it or not letting enough of it out. And today we're mostly going to be focusing on those that have trouble directly expressing their anger to others. So those of us that have anger, but we don't really let it out. And if you have a problem with expressing too much of it, we'll talk more about that next week. So for those of us that have a challenge in expressing it, we may want to look at our fear around what happens if we do express it. So many people believe that if they express anger or dissatisfaction or disappointment, that others are going to reject them or just not be able to tolerate their emotions. So a healthy relationship can tolerate appropriate amounts of anger. An unhealthy relationship can't tolerate anger. So if we feel unsafe in expressing our feelings and our thoughts about anger in a relationship, then it may be that relationship needs some evaluation and some rethinking, perhaps some work to be done on it. So it is important to delineate between anger that's wounding, intending to hurt someone, or attacking, and anger that's healthy, which is none of those things. So healthy anger can just be a flat statement to another person, I'm angry with you. Oftentimes we get into trouble in relationships when we blame others or attribute their actions to some negative personal trait or believe that they have some malevolent intent behind their behavior. So if we can avoid those things and just simply state our feelings, why we believe we're angry, without assessing the other person's moral character while we do it, and if we can stay open to the repair process after we state our feelings, we can start to make some headway with anger. So oftentimes usually anger comes from a place of being wounded or hurt. It's a defense. So if we can start with our anger and get to vulnerability eventually, then the purpose is served of expressing our emotions. We can also think about this in terms of early childhood development of our relationship with anger and negative feelings. So if we imagine like a young child that's having a meltdown or a tantrum or some big expression of emotions, we think about what's the ideal parental response to this. Ideally, a parent remains calm, collected, available for their kid in that moment. This teaches the kid that they're able to have big feelings without their parent freaking out or leaving or doing something that threatens the quality of that relationship. So eventually, if parents can stay calm, collected, available, child's going to calm down and everything returns to normal. So if we had good enough parents that were able to do this for us, who were able to tolerate our strong emotions, then we probably carry the belief around with us that we can have these feelings towards adults in our life and it's okay. So anger can be a potentially connecting force. There's a lot of energy behind it. So if we're in relationships where we feel safe enough to express our discontent, it usually means that we're in relationships that feel pretty solid and sturdy, and that's a good thing. And the goal ultimately of therapy is to be happy and live a meaningful life that's connected to other people. So that's going to do it for this week, and look forward to next week when we talk about what to do to contain anger a little bit more, if that's more our jam. All right, till then, bye.